are here for you, we hear you, and we want to do best by everybody. But I also want to take the opportunity to share another story, my personal story, for consideration before you vote today. A few years ago on a Sunday afternoon, I was leaving church and soon merged onto the highway, and there's a law enforcement car with their lights flashing. I'm thinking, who could they be stopping right now? And I soon find out that they were stopping me. We pulled over, and the sheriff deputy asked me, "Do you know why I'm stopping me today?" And I said, "Sir, no, I do not." And he said, "Well, I stopped you today because you're driving with an out-of-state plate, and that's illegal in our state." So, sir, I told him, "I'm here to visit my husband and family. We're in transition and moving, and that's why I have to change my license and registration." And he goes, "Speaking of that, please give me your license and registration." So I go, "Okay, well, my license and registration are still in my current state with my matching license plate, so hopefully he's not going to give me a ticket. Hopefully he'll let me go." Unfortunately, that was not the case. The deputy sheriff approached my car again, and the last question I thought he would ask me, he asked. And he asked me, "Ma'am, where were you born?" I told him, "Sir, I was born in Oakland, California." And he asked me again, "No, where were you born?" "Sir, I was born in Oakland, California." He asked me to get out of my car. I mind you, remember, I was leaving church. And I was on a freeway while cars were driving 65 miles per hour, and I was in my Sunday best. And he still continually asked me, where was I born? I had to say, "Sir, my father served 20 years in the United States Navy, another 20 years for the Veterans Administration. I was born in a naval hospital in Oakland, California." Even after saying that, the deputy said to me,
Mr. Speaker.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Speaker, it's a very intriguing story. It's not been germane to anything to the bill yet, so I'd ask that the bill keep the remarks to the bill and not such an intriguing story to the bill.
Sister, I'm just respectfully seeming to get to the point. He asked me, "If you don't tell me the truth, we're going to the nearest ICE detention center and you will be deported." This persisted for 3 hours on that side of that highway. And it was the scariest experience I've ever experienced in my life. I don't know where he was going to take me. Where were they going to deport me? Oakland, California? I don't know. But I didn't know if I'd see my husband or family again. I didn't know. And no one should ever have to experience that. So I am coming to the point. Mistakes can be made. That was a mistake. But I will never get those 3 hours again, and I know 24 hours could be just a short time. But when you have 3 hours in that situation, and I urge you to think and try to be in my place, those 3 hours were the scariest, and I'll never get out of it again. And what happened to me is not unique, and it happens more than you think. Because in situations, in that moment in time, sometimes deputies don't know if you're a United States citizen, and they will detain you for a crime that they will charge you, as this bill says, and not with a disposition of guilt. There are other options that can be done in this bill. We do want justice to be served and safety achieved for everyone. We're all in agreement on that. But personally, I like to see it and have you all lean into supporting our law enforcement in a different way, a more positive way, and not let this happen to anyone again. And I think closing to say, sir, my father put his life on the line in World War II, Korea, and Vietnam, a decorated veteran, actually. And he'd be turning over in his grave to know that his daughter and people like me are assumed guilty before innocent, where I'm considered a second-class citizen in a country, in my own country. A stranger in my land is not how I'm being treated. So by stoking the negative embers, we ignore the fact that our state, our nation, has been built on the backs of immigrants. We must consider the bigger picture. My fellow North Carolina State House Representatives, we are better than this. So I urge you to vote against this bill. Thank you, sir, and the body.
What purpose does the gentleman from Wilson or the department rise?
To make a bill,
Gentleman, that's for.
when I consider our border, only one word comes to mind, and that is injustice. Each day, children and teenagers who are undocumented are flowing over that border from Mexico, Guatemala, Peru, Colombia. They're lured here with the promise of a new life and work. Yet they discover that the course is prostitution and slave labor. When our law enforcement officials fail to coordinate ISIS, we miss these opportunities to set these children free. Because as is noted, we have the opportunity to catch traffickers, to take that information and to find these children who are here. Imagine you're a mother in South America waiting for a phone call you never get because your child is in a nation where nobody knows where that child is. This is injustice. Furthermore, if either one of us fails to cooperate with law enforcement, that's lack of compliance, and we're going to jail. Why should law enforcement not cooperate with law enforcement? This makes no sense to me. Lastly, I think with this, it has been noted in the mainstream media that not only are we seeing drugs and prostitution go over that border, we're also seeing terrorists from the watchlist. They have caught undocumented residents. I would like to remind everybody that the Senate intelligence report on 9/11 discovered that there was a lack of cooperation between the FBI and CIA and information sharing that led to those attacks. We cannot afford to not work together. Children are at stake, innocence is at stake, our lives are at stake.
What purpose the gentleman from Baker to the gentleman rise?
Speak to the bill.
Gentleman, that's for.
I would like to pose a question.
On the ball, gentleman here.
You said in the presentation that there was some problems with sheriffs cooperating. And do you know what percentage or how many sheriffs you said have staff on series have cooperated with that? Do you know what percentage of sheriffs have cooperated with ICE?
I think the gentleman asked whether what percentage, do I know what percentage of sheriffs who do not